Alright, let's check out what's going on with BNB. So this is the first video I've done on Binance Coin. So I have just booted this chart up, so I will go through what I see. So in the short term, you can see that we have been downtrending since the 7th of November. I can draw this trend line a few ways. I think I even set up this chart as like a potential token that I was going to look at yesterday or the other day. And I mean, there's a million and different ways that you can draw this trend line. In some scenarios, we could be bouncing from this trend line, but in my opinion, while we are below this red trend line, or until we do at least see a big bounce above this trend line, then personally I would not be getting out of bed. So you could draw this a few different ways, really. I would honestly prefer to see a break of the outermost trend line using these wicks. So I'd probably say, to be conservative, I mean, you can see we came up and wicked this before quite a few times. So I actually quite like this trend line on the outside. I'll be keeping an eye on this. This is more of like a short term. If we break, we can start talking about breaking bullish. But as you can see, yesterday or the day before, a couple days ago, we came up, broke out of this small trend line and wicked the top of this and fell off the table. So all in all, we are still in a downtrend for this coin. So this is the short term specifically. If we do zoom out, there are two fibs that I'd like to point out. So I think there's two levels down here that we need to keep an eye on. So number one, if we draw the fib from the low here to not the all-time high, but pretty much the all-time high that we put in November. If we draw the second fib, let me find when this uptrend started. If we draw the second fib from the low of this uptrend to the all-time high up here, let's see if we're below or above the 786s and 618. So we have, this would probably be best to do on a box. So we have a low down here, we've got a 618 here, and where did this other fib go? So if I delete that for a second. Okay, so this lines up with the 786 as well. So all in all, we have a low all the way down here. I'm going to draw this out. You can see that we have a plethora of lows right here, 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 and also this lines up with the 786 and 618. So if I draw this over all the way down to here, I'd say this green box would honestly be the last line in the sand for me personally. Otherwise, I do think Binance would be having a sharp fall off the table. So all in all, I mean, if we do come to the short term again, you can see we could be setting up for something like a descending triangle pattern. If this did break to the upside, I could see this, exploding pretty much. Binance has been beaten down for quite a while now. It hasn't seen new highs since since all the way back here, really, on the 10th of May 2021. So I do quite like this this coin. I do like this exchange. So in the long term, I do think this will do well. But if we come over to the total crypto market cap, if this keeps on going down and Bitcoin keeps on going down, then in my opinion, we are going to see a sharp fall off the table for BNB. So like I said, we have been rejected from this, so in the short term, my target would be down here. I'd probably say at the start of this green box, backtesting these previous wicks, backtesting this low down here, the 786 is here, we've got the 618 here. So all in all, this big green box that we've got is very significant. I think giving it a little bit of leeway, I could see us potentially, I'm not saying we are going to come down here, but I'm saying if we do come down all the way to a 26% drop, we would still be backtesting the 618. So in my opinion, as long as we do stay above the 618, we can still talk about breaking out of this triangle pattern and having a massive move to the upside. But in the short term, I'm not saying that's going to happen, because until we do break this red trend line at least, I can't even talk about a breakout or breakout targets. I mean, technically speaking, if we did break out of this, we could potentially see a retest of the 618 here at 536. You can see that here. That from the breakout, that would be a nice trade. Let's say if we broke out here, if Bitcoin, started pumping and all the altcoins started pumping, I could see this coming into fruition. This would be a 34% trade pretty much. So, that would be very nice. But once again, do bear in mind what I'm saying is, I'm not necessarily saying we're going to dump and break through the floor, and I'm not saying that we're going to pump above this trend line. In the short term, we are just in this big descending triangle, and I'm a conservative trader. I don't like to make predictions on the market. I like to react to what's going on in the market. So the price levels that I'm looking at would be, say in the short term, this could change like every week. If we keep on coming down here, the breakout would be, you know, lower down, and if we break out here, the price target would be lower down. But let's just say we turn around, Bitcoin starts skyrocketing in the next few days. I think if we did break above this trend line here, around about 409, we could easily see a big pump to at least 475. That would be a breakout trade of almost 17%. I'd probably be doing that on a 10x leverage, almost making a 2x return. That would be very nice if this did happen. But do bear in mind, total crypto market cap is breaking down right now. We have had another rejection from this descending triangle. We broke back into the pattern, broke above the 618, and we got rejected from this. So in the short term, the total crypto market cap does not look good. I really would have liked Bitcoin to hold 41.4, but unfortunately we have broken below it. So the last line in the sand for Bitcoin, I believe, is 40,000. In my opinion, if we see Bitcoin break below 40,000, I think Binance would be dropping like a rock very quickly to 421. This would be, you know, the top of this green box here. Like I said, as long as we do hold, you know, this big green box, we can even see ourselves coming down to like a 26% drop. But where would we end up after this if we did break down? So in the micro term, let's take a target. You could see 1.618 would put us at 255. Let's see if there's more confluence coming over here. The 786 is down here, so I'd say all in all, you know, this micro fib is a little bit too micro in my opinion to take too much notice of it. So I'm actually going to remove that micro fib. I would have liked it more if this low down here was lower, and at that point I could have done something like this and had a, you know, slightly better price target. But considering this micro fib's only been on for like not even a week probably, I will just, you know, not really talk about that, or I wouldn't take it into consideration. So if we do break below this green box, in my opinion, the next level down would be the 786 here. That would be, you know, $180. That is very, very harsh. So if we did break below the green box, that would be, you know, another 37% drop respectively. So all in all, we haven't made a decision yet. The total crypto market cap is breaking down, but we still do have until the end of the week, in my opinion, to see whether crypto is going to be breaking bullish or bearish. In my opinion, in the short term, it does look like we're going to come down to at least 320. So in my opinion, in the next few days, I am bearish. I think we're going to be coming down maybe 17%. If I'm wrong about that, then Bitcoin would really need to hold the 40,000 and reverse ASAP. If we don't see a reversal on Bitcoin ASAP, something like that, then like I said, I think as soon as Bitcoin loses 40,000, then BNB is going to be falling off the table. So keep an eye on this breakout level at 416, 420. Unless we do break above that, then in my opinion, we are just going to be coming down to this green box. And like I said, if we lose that green box once again, we're going to be coming down all the way to around about, you know, 176, 178 in my opinion. So no decision's been made yet. I'll give you an update when we have made a decision. Once again, none of this is financial advice. This is just my opinion on the market, and you've always got to do what's best for you. Peace.